Well, the segment, as always, is brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And moving on, today we're focusing on the 2019 Coconut Festival to be convened right here in Ghana. It's the biggest coconut festival, and it's scheduled to take place from September 24 to 26, 2019. But let's bring you this piece. When we come back, we're going to have some great discussions on the subject.
Coconut is one of the 5 crops selected for government's planting for export and rural development. The Ghana Export Promotion Authority, in collaboration with the African Coconut Group, is hosting the first ever international coconut festival to bring industry players closer to the farmers. Director of Public Relations for the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ruth Marfo, highlights further the economic potential of coconut.
Coconut is one of our cash crops that we've realized that is earning us some foreign exchange, and it needs to be promoted because it feels like that crop is not really so well known like the cocoa, cashew, pineapple. So we thought it wise that when the African Coconut Group decided to come up with this first ever International Coconut Festival, we thought this is a good launch pad to promote the crop, especially when we know that it has huge benefits when it comes to health, medicinal, beauty, skincare. It really does a lot, and it's untapped. We've just scratched the surface. So we thought this was a good way to actually know more about the crop and sell it more. Of course, to export more and earn more for Ghana. Sometime earlier this year, when we gave about 60,000 quality coconut seedlings to farmers in the central region, we projected that by 2021 we should be aiming to have about $2.8 billion in revenue. That's if all goes well and we're able to sell coconut as much as we want to.
Kweku Boateng is director of the African Coconut Group. He also shares other benefits of coconut production aside the usual consumption.
When you take the coconut plant itself, nothing about the plant goes waste. So every part of the plant is useful and can be channeled to an alternative use to create jobs. That is when we add value to it. For instance, coconut water in the US was sold for $312 million. This was an analysis in 2012 because of the nutritional benefits that we derive from consumption of the water. That is the meat, as they used to call it. Value is added to this to get the coconut oil.
The theme for the International Coconut Festival will be promoting export diversification through a robust Ghanaian coconut industry.
Some great discussion on the subject. I have the Acting Director of Public Relations, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ruth Marfo is here. Ruth, how are you?
Fine,
I can call you Ruth Kantai.
Yes, please.
And this is a great initiative. You get to find out over the years we've gotten to see some disjointed efforts to make sure that we try to maximize the benefits of coconut. How is this one going to be more focused and different?
Well, thank you very much, but without an intentional, strategic way of growing our exports, of diversifying our export, like, the mandate of Ghana Export Promotion Authority is to promote and diversify Ghana's non-traditional exports. So apart from your cocoa, timber, logs, and oil recently, and processed minerals, we have everything else that we grow and produce in this country that we need to export. So this is just one more way that we can actually grow our export base. And coconut, we all know, is a functional crop. When I say functional, it's because right from the roots to the leaves, everything there is beneficial. And it's just unfortunate that we haven't really done so much with this gold that we've found. So we thought it wise that, yes, we should promote this amount. This is a great platform to push this crop.
I remember I had made a couple of visits to the southeastern, some of the countries in the southeastern Asian countries. and you could buy a cloth, or let's say a shirt, and it's written there it was made from fiber from a coconut, etc. How will having such an event lead us to where we get to maximize the benefit in such a way, just like those countries tend
exactly to do? So this event is not just another talk shop. So with the festival, you're going to have a number of stakeholders within the coconut value chain. So from those who are using their roots for herbal medicine, or those who are using the dry nut itself for furniture, everyone is going to exhibit what, as many vendors as possible are going to exhibit what they are doing with coconut. So that's when you'll get to see. So don't be too surprised if you find someone having maybe a dress or some apparel made out of the coconut fiber. So this is just a platform to showcase what you can do with coconut. Actually, if there's anyone who's working or doing anything with coconut that we don't know, this is the time for you to come out and say that, hey, we are not just drinking the coconut water and using the milk. You're actually doing wonderful things with coconut.
It's fantastic, the great way you're doing with this. But I know that for the authority, you've done massively. Now you're doing a lot more.
Yes.
Can you just give us some of the brief on some of the things that you're doing so far?
So in terms of the coconut sector,
not only coconut and some
other
related
things,
sector, you will be interested to give us.
Right. So like I already mentioned, because we are primarily promoting non-traditional exports or diversifying it, we have strategic interventions, as we call it, that would intentionally grow these areas. So let me give you a recent example. Pineapple, for instance. Last week we were in Ekumfia, the central region, where we gave out 11.3 million pineapple suckers.
Wow.
So the intention is for the farmers to be able to expand their production. So this is not just to maybe one farm, but then to quite a number of outgrowers, and they confit fruits and juices, because they need to grow their base to be able to feed their production line. So that's one area. Cashew, for instance, we are going on this mass spraying exercise, and then also giving them quality seedlings, so that when their fruit comes out, it's of good quality that you can export. Same for coconut. We actually last year gave out about 60,000 quality seedlings, so that again it's more disease resistant, so that you minimize the number of the what do you call it, the extent to which these crops will come out diseased. The other thing we're doing, even within the coconut sector as well, there's this certification that to export we need to have a certain standard, international standard called the Global GAP, so Global Good Agricultural Practices. And we are facilitating that for a number of selected farmers who are export ready, so that once our products go out there, it's ready and it's acceptable.
And in reviewing the literature, you get to find that they said you were embarking on this great initiative, planting for export for rural development. And ultimately, its main objectives are?
Well, so the planting for export and rural development sits really within the domain of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. So, but mainly, without having to delve into that, it's mainly to expand the base for exports and rural development, so that you have a lot more people getting into planting for actual export, as against just planting and feeding internal consumption.
Look, I tell you, this initiative is a great one. By so doing, everybody can come, everybody could register?
Yes, it's open. There's a contact which I'm very sure will be able to share with viewers once with time. But then once you call and you express your interest to be at the International Coconut Festival, I should add, the first ever International Coconut Festival, because it's the first time it's happening in
Ghana.
In Africa, actually.
In Africa.
Yes, so we are really excited about it. So yes, it's open, and there's a fee to pay, but it's really minimal compared to the benefits that you stand to gain.
And it's also good for the networking as well. If you know that you're somebody who is into this business, you want to take it to the next level, and it will be. At what point then, if they create the synergy, the contact, and the networking, can you also assist them after this festival?
So you usually would either be within the Coconut Farmers Association or Exporters. There are some associations that it would be good if you're part of, and then with that you can always reach out, and then
to the
once you put once you put your request or proposal, be it as it may, if we are not able to help, at least we can facilitate or show you where to go.
Okay, so again, let me just run this by you. The International Coconut Festival, and according to Ruth here, Ruth Mafo is the Acting Director, Public Relations of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, saying it's the first ever International Coconut Festival that is going to be convened in Africa, and it's taking place from the 24th to the 26th of September right here in Accra, you know, our main event center, the Accra International Conference Center. And again, just make sure that you log on to the site of GEPA, that's Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and then you get to know all the latest. So look, you can also contact them. We have the number 020-6575-402, or the next one, 0268-640-889. Well, it's been a great discussion so far. I've enjoyed the discussion. I want to be there. How do I get to be there? Like just an ordinary member of the public. I should just walk in.
Yes, please walk in.
Accra International Conference Center.
Yes, please.
The 24th to the 26th.
You may want to join us on Saturday as well. There's a health walk where we're going to launch the Coconut Day, because we feel it needs that recognition.
You're going to brand it with your T-shirts and all of that.
Should I get you a medium or large?
Oh, I think large is fine. Large is fine. Yeah.
So Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Every up the hill.
That place.
Yes, please.
Charlie.
Is there anywhere else?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, Ruth, I've enjoyed the conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for passing through the studio as well.
Thank you very much.
But please make sure that you join the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, as well as the rest of all entrepreneurs and those small business units in the Coconut Fraternity. And it is at the Accra International Conference Center from the 24th to the 26th of September. And just in case you want to go over their website, you can always do that. But please just contact them through these phone lines. Again, 020-6575-402 or 026-86-40889. Well, please make sure that you contact this number. Then you can get access to a booth and some of those relevant square meter platforms, or sukucenter.com, and get all the latest updates. In the meantime, that'll be it for AM Business. As always, it's brought to you by EcoBank, your Pan-African bank.